Gonzalez says, "Do you think we are living in a simulation?"
One of my favorite riders asked me a question.
Is it Lino? Is it the
I
real
think,
one?
yeah, we've had a couple talks about this. Lino and I can't remember the name of the bar, but Greg, Henry, and I went to Boston to hang out with the Motobunka guys and the 90 East guys, and we all had like a executive retreat for a week where we just filmed clips, and it's all in the Motobunka video. You could check it out. There's a 90 East section, a food section. But it was just cool, like we're all from different places doing our thing, and we're all at a bar, and I started talking to Lino about the simulation thing, and he's like, "What do you mean?" And it's like, well, like over time, like we're learning now in our scientific world how to create pretty realistic AI simulations, right? With like millions of AIs and a neural network doing their thing, and then you can kind of pull answers to questions from that or whatever, right? Like a historical simulator could be possible. Video games are really realistic, and then mathematically those number of simulations would increase over time as a civilization becomes more technologically savvy. So the amount of simulated beings in the universe would start to escalate. Like how many of these AI simulations are we running? There's billions, if not trillions of those AI simulated becoming sentient things versus flesh and blood humans in the universe, right? So as all these scientists are creating millions of simulations with millions of people in the simulations, the odds start to stack that we are more likely a simulated being than a flesh and blood being.
Yeah.
In this model.
And that's well explained.
Explored in many forms of cinema, including the Matrix series, which I would, if you haven't enjoyed, particularly the first three. The fourth is okay, but the first three are the main ones. They brought that to the mainstream with that, but the idea has been around for like a really long time before computers. Even this was sort of like a philosophy thing.
Interesting.
So, I don't have a belief either way. But when I was telling this to Lino, our friend walks into the bar, and Abdul, the waviest dude out, and me and Lino are like deep in this simulation shit, and he's kind of like, oh man, like the numbers thing is like the number of them and the number, like mathematically, mathematically almost a complete probability that we would be in the, and then you get to the point of what's the difference, But Abdul walks in on that what's the difference shit, and we're like, yo, Abdul, you think it's a simulation? He's like, man, fuck it, simulation's lit.
Reached the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that clip. If you want to support me and the podcast, just subscribe and share the show with your friends. The full episode is in the description, so if you haven't, go check that out. It's also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever you listen to podcasts. And the goal is just to grow. So if you could share the show with your BMX homies, that'd be dope. If anybody that that is a BMX nerd and would enjoy this podcast, do me that favor, and we'll keep all these clips coming and one episode every week. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.